Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Rank, where I climb the online VGC 17 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Still climbing up with the Porygon-Z team that we featured for the last two episodes. I decided I'm going to keep the Scarf Now Eagle for now, because even though I wasn't intending it to be a really crucial member of the team, it actually performed super well yesterday, so as a reward I'm going to keep it on the team for a little bit longer. We're currently in the mid-1800s trying to make a further push with the team. Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised. I wasn't expecting this team to rack up a couple of wins so quickly, but I'm sure we'll run into some tougher matchups and I'll be adjusting the team as I go along. But Porygon-Z definitely been a really fun Pokemon to try out. Of course, I am using the Z conversion set that relies on getting the conversion up, getting a stat increase and everything, and then turning into electric typing. Then you partner that up with Tapu Koko and electric terrain, and it kind of just sweeps through things. So I really had a fun time with this team so far. If you haven't seen the last two episodes with the team, definitely check them out. They're in the playlist that's linked in the description below. Of course, all the Road to Ranks for the season so far are in a playlist, so if you want to watch any of them or if you've missed on any of them, you can check them out. But we're just going to look for our first game of today. As always, if you guys enjoy Road to Rank, please share support by leaving a like in the video. I'd really appreciate it. In addition, this is a little bit late already, but if you haven't seen the Ninetales team analysis, definitely check it out. That will also be linked in the description below. Of course, that was the team that I was using a while ago on Road to Ranked before the Snorlax Now Ego team that I had previously. So, yeah. Pretty much that's it. Next weekend is actually going to be Anaheim Regionals, and I'm actually going to be at that competition, so I'm going to find a Japanese opponent with a rating of 1650, but if any of you guys are at Anaheim, really would love to meet any of you guys. I won that competition last year, so I'm kind of excited to have a chance at defending my title. We'll see how I can do, but excited just to be playing at an in-real-life event again. My opponent here is a really interesting team, though. Cortana, Arcanine, the Now Ego, the Tapu Bulu, the Torkoal, and the Alolan, I was gonna say Alolan Meowth, Alolan Persian. Okay. Huh. So Cortana was like a kind of a big issue when I was building this team, and I think it's still slightly concerning. But Hariyama plus Now Ego seems like a decent lead here. So with Alolan Persian having access to Fake Out, I can't just freely set up Porygon here. Setting up Porygon would be really nice. I'm not sure if I'll be able to, though, because if I had to guess on a potential lead that my opponent's going to go with, it would be Persian plus Cortana. Don't know whether that'll be the case. So, I mean, now Ego counters everything else. I do want to go with Hariyama. Maybe Hariyama Koko. Yeah, I think I actually like that a lot. Hariyama Koko, because Hariyama really checks now Ego and Cortana. Maybe I don't bring Porygon-Z here. Yeah, as much as I would love it, I don't know. It's like super difficult to set it up in this. And Snarl from Persian, if it has it, which it often does, would be really bad for me too, because Porygon-Z really needs that stat increase. So we're gonna get into this game. Yeah, this is, I don't know. It's weird, just I think the first time I'm not bringing Porygon. Hariyama I haven't brought as much, but I think it's really good in this matchup. So we'll see if it can put in the work I expect it to. It's actually Persian Tapu Bulu, which I'm perfectly fine with. He will probably win the terrain war here. I guess the other concern is we'll probably see a Fake Out and a Grass type attack into Hariyama, so that's actually really bad. I do have Poison Jab, but I can't really take advantage of that. I could switch into Gyarados. He might go for the knockout onto Koko. Yeah, this is... I thought it was a good lead, but not the greatest. I don't even know if my Gyarados can take an attack. Okay, I'm going to switch to Gyarados here. I do have Dazzling Gleam. Might actually Gleam here. Yeah, I'll Dazzling Gleam. So if he does go for the Fake Out, the double target onto Hariyama, like I think he might just Wood Hammer the Koko, though. And, I don't know. I still like Dazzling Gleaming here. We'll see if he fakes out Koko. That would be frustrating. There's the Fake Out. Okay, yeah, into the Hariyama. So blocking my potential Fake Out. So Koko at least will get the Dazzling Gleam off, boosted by Choice Specs, Modest Nature. Does a hefty amount there to both. Ooh. I wasn't anticipating the Grass Z move, but that makes a lot of sense. So, let's see. What could I have led better here? I guess Now Ego. Hariyama Now Ego. Yeah, that would have been the call, because he can't address both Pokemon at once. So I'm going to lose a Pokemon here. Let's see who the Tapu Bulu targeted. Is it Coco? It's Gyarados. Okay, so I'm actually pretty happy about that because Coco, given that it's specs, can just come back in and just Dazzling Gleam everything. Or not come back in, it's already out. But yeah, I can just Dazzling Gleam everything. So Persian's going to heal a little bit, but that's insignificant here. As will Bulu. My Porygon, maybe it actually wouldn't have been awful to have. I think I'm just going to bring out Now Ego because it applies a lot more offensive pressure right now. And it could force a Bulu switch out. Yeah. Hariyama's like okay for fake out pressure, but Dazzling Gleam isn't doing enough to Bulu right now, especially because it's healing as well. So what can he really switch out into? I guess the Kartana is my biggest concern, right? So I'm definitely gonna... I obviously have the Dazzling Gleam here. The question is, did he bring Kartana? He probably did. I did not deal with that very well. If I had to guess, Persian's gonna switch out into Kartana. So I could go for like a read here, expecting Protect on Bulu and Hidden Power Ice the Persian slot. I think I'm actually gonna do this, yeah. I'm gonna Hidden Power Ice and Dazzling Gleam, hoping Persian switches out into Kartana. There's a switch out. Let's see what's coming in. It's not Ego. Okay. Does he protect with the Bulu? Oh, double switch out. Ah, okay. There's the Kartana. So I called the wrong switch in, unfortunately. But that was a very good play by my opponent. So I'm not going to do very much damage here. I do have Hariyama on the back, but I can't protect next turn, so I'm in a really bad position now. Oh, but he's... Whoa, okay. Yeah, he is not AV Kartana. So another Dazzling Gleam actually will just knock him out. So he's obviously, like, if you're him, you want to protect your Kartana. Yeah, you want to protect Kartana and Sludge Bomb Coco. So I'm going to HP Ice Kartana because I'm Scarfed, and I'm going to switch out into Hariyama. He's probably not anticipating Scarf. He'll probably protect, but if Hariyama comes in for free, then I can thread in with the close combat onto Now Ego next turn, and nothing on the back can actually switch into HP Ice. So I thought it was a really bad position because if it were AV Cart, that would have been super, super bad. Oh, but he's Scarf Cart. Oh, man, I thought I had him, but I still will pick up the knockout here. But, yeah, I was not expecting Scarf Kartana. That makes sense. I will get a Beast Boost here. We'll see what his Now Ego does. Does it just Sludge Wave, too? Wow. What is this? Jeez, that still did a ton to me. Oh, he crit me, that's why. Well, that's a little bit annoying, but what can you do? Yeah, I am assault-vested. My EV spread is not optimal, though, but that crit's a little bit frustrating, because I think without that crit I can take another one, but I do have... I guess we both have Fake Out Pressure. This is going to be a close finish. Wow, Razor Leaf, Kartana, and no Choice Scarf. But he brings in Bulu, huh? That's an interesting decision. HPIs probably doesn't knock him out, though. I mean, I could just HP Ice Bulu and Fake Out Now Ego. Yeah, I'll go for that. He might just double protect. I do have Feint, but I didn't go for it. But I kind of want the recovery from the grassy terrain. He could just double protect here, though. So maybe I should have capitalized by switching off into Coco. Yeah, actually, I think the better play might have been to Fake Out Bulu, switch Now Ego out into Coco. He doesn't protect either. Okay. Yeah, that Fake Out actually does... Okay, getting a crit in return, but... let's see if +1 HP Ice can knock out Bulu. Oh, it does! Very nice. Okay, I wasn't expecting it to, but the Beast Boost there was pretty instrumental. So now he goes at +2 now, which is pretty neat. Maybe he doesn't think I'm Scarfed. You would probably guess that I am, though. Especially... I don't understand the Bulu switch in there. I think Persian would have been much better to switch in. So I'm kind of confused by that, but hey, we'll take that. So Persian's obviously going to come back in. Now the thing is, Persian isn't a huge threat to me offensively, so I want to just chip. Yeah, Persian's actually pretty low too, obviously. So he kind of has to Fake Out Now Ego. But I think I'm just going to HP Ice. I don't want to switch Hariyama out. I'm going to go for a Feint, just to get some extra chip damage off. Because every damage against Now Ego could actually matter, given that I've got Specs Coco in the back. Oh, he didn't go for a Fake Out. What? Okay, so I should just knock out Persian. Now you go literally picking up a triple kill this game. That's crazy. I'm really confused why my opponent wasn't going for Persian fake outs at any point, but now he goes at +3 special attack. He's got Dazzling Gleam. That actually shouldn't knock my Hariyama out. Yeah. Is he Assault Vest now, Ego? Like, if you're using Dazzling Gleam and Sludge Wave, that's a very odd moveset. I could have close combated there. I was expecting, yeah, Hariyama to just go down. Grassy Terrain actually disappears, but now I'm at +3, and I've got Coco in the back, so even if he is AV, like, HP Ice plus Feint should still do an okay amount of damage. Wow, that was a really interesting team, though. Yeah, my opponent's just going to forfeit. Now Ego almost picked up 4 knockouts this game. Who knew Scarf now Ego locked into HP Ice could actually just pick things up left and right. I think my opponent really shouldn't have Razor Leaf with Kartana and should have gone for a direct target onto my Now Ego, because I wasn't expecting it with Scarf. So if he just went for a Smart Strike or a Leaf Blade to knock Now Ego out, then I wouldn't have knocked him out that turn, and he would have had full advantage there. And Kartana actually could have just, like, snowballed, so I don't know. I don't think that was a game I really deserved to win, given that I didn't expect my opponent's sets, and he did have some very good surprise sets. But somehow I managed to pull one out. I think, honestly, though, that was a game where I'm not too happy about because I didn't outplay my opponent or anything. It was more just that my opponent misplayed. Because, especially in, like, teams that my opponent and I have, right? Because it's in a best-of-1 game, so you can really catch your opponent off guard. Like, Choice Scarf is normally used to catch opponents off guard, and he had a Scarf to catch me off guard. So Kartana really could have capitalized a little bit harder, I think, with that Scarf. And I lost Gyarados instantly turn 1. Didn't lead as well as I probably could have. I think probably a better lead would have been Now Ego plus Coco, but like I said, I really was anticipating Kartana as a lead potentially. Sorry, I don't mean Coco Now Ego, Hariyama Now Ego. Because if I lead Hariyama Now Ego against Persian and Bulu, what that means is Persian can only fake out one of my 2 Pokemon. So with fake outs Now Ego, I can just fake out Bulu. We trade fake outs, and the next turn I'm pressuring with Sludge Bomb and Close Combat, and nothing, like my opponent actually didn't have any good switch-ins to Close Combat. And then if he fakes out the Hariyama, then Sludge Bomb just knocks out the Bulu. So that would have been an infinitely better lead, but, you know, it's all hindsight's 2020, and sometimes you can find a really good lead, but I think that lead definitely had some weaknesses as well. Kartana was just my main fear, especially, you know, if he was, like, because if he was Scarfed and he led, for example, Persian Kartana, he would have just faked out Hariyama, knocked out Now Ego, would have been, like, game over instantly from there. So, yeah, once again, like, hindsight's always 2020 when you're kind of reviewing a battle, but yeah, it was a really rough lead matchup because you know, I can't find someone, so I'm just gonna jump back on. But yeah, like, because I have Poison Jab on Hariyama, it's like, oh, it's great, but I lost the Terrain War, and that was actually like the key thing, because Bulu under grassy terrain is very, very strong. Not to mention that it had the Z move as well. That combination is just like super, super hard to go up against. So, like, I didn't really anticipate how strong Bulu was, and Bulu, if you look at my team, it hits everything for neutral, which is pretty bad, and most of my team is relatively, like, frail defensively as well. And, yeah, I don't know, I think my opponent really should have just brought in Persian instead of Bulu, and I didn't quite understand the Bulu switch-in, and then the lack of protects. I'm really going to guess that Now Ego was Assault Vested, given that we saw Sludge Wave and Dazzling Gleam. Neither are, which, you know, very common attacks on Now Ego, because Now Ego typically goes with Sludge Bomb, Power Gem, Hidden Power, and Protect on the Life Orb and Focus Sash variants. Of course, I'm running Scarf. I do have Protect, just because I haven't bothered to put in a 4th move. I mean, you're mainly using those 3 anyway. A 4th would probably be good. I think on Now Ego, like, there's really no reason to have Protect. Hey, I mean, you could still bluff the Life Orb with the Sash, I guess. But yeah. Anyway, I've been rambling on for quite a while now. Hopefully we find someone soon. We are going to find a 1828 rated opponent from Japan, so pretty highly rated after matchmaking taking a while. And that's a Masquerain. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Wow. What the heck? We've run into some really cool stuff like these games. I mean, I've been using Porygon-Z. James Bake had a Drifloom yesterday. Like, wow, just all kinds of shenanigans. But, so the first thing that sticks out to me is that my opponent has a Tapu Lele, and because there's a Lele, I can't just go, like, Smeargle, Porygon, Fake Out conversion. So, my opponents are making this really hard, but, actually, Now Ego is quite solid as a lead here. Really threatens everything. Yeah, so I do like that. I like Now Ego. Now Ego, Coco, sure. I might not bring Porygon-Z again, sadly. Like, if he didn't have a Lele here, this would definitely be a Porygon-Z kind of game. But Lele is really bad because I can't fake out with Smeargle or Hariyama. So I think I'm just going to go Gyarados. I could still make a case for Porygon-Z though because it does have Ice Beam. You know what? I'm going to have Porygon-Z as my fourth. Yeah, I'm not going to bring Hariyama here because bringing in Hariyama against Lele is just a death wish basically. Like, if you bring it out, you can't fake out, they can just Psychic you, and since I'm Assault Vested, I actually don't know the calcs on Lele Psychic and some Psychic terrain against my Hariyama. Like I said, my spread isn't that optimized. It was just like the easiest thing to EV for. So let's see what my opponent brings out. Garchomp and Masquerain. So Masquerain actually makes an appearance. What a time to be alive. So I don't know if he's Scarfed or not. I hate playing the Scarf guessing game so much, man. His Intimidate's not gonna do anything here. So I've got Gleam, obviously. I'm gonna guess Masquerain is Sashed. So if he's... I think if I'm my opponent, I would just Earthquake and attack. Earthquake and Tailwind. I'd really love to knock out Chomp here. If he Earthquakes, I just get double knocked out. I'm gonna guess he's not Scarfed, but that could be really bad. Maybe I have to play thinking he is Scarfed, but that'd be really bad. I guess if he's Scarfed, though, I'd get a free switch in, so I'm just gonna... I don't think I actually should have HP Iced. I'm gonna Dazzling Gleam and HP Ice, but I should have, like, Sludge Bombed or Power Gemmed, because... Okay, he stays in with both, doesn't switch eye, we'll just get the HP Ice off. Oh my god, he's Assault Vested. I think that's fine, Gleam should just knock him out here. Yeah, okay. So, AV, that's, I haven't seen one of those in a while. Probably see a tail. Ooh, Sticky Web. That animation's really funny. Okay. So, HP Ice ended up being the right call. Because of Assault Vest, I was like, bad play, Aaron, but then it ended up being a good play. So, yeah, kind of saved from the Assault Vest Chomp. That was really risky, because he could have been Scarfed, but I didn't think he would be Scarfed looking at the team composition. I don't know. I mean, Scarf Trap would honestly make a lot of sense with Celesteela, too. So, hard to say. The Sticky Web there is very interesting. It decreases the speed of everything, basically. And that's kind of bad, but Lele comes in, which I'm okay with. I think Masquerain gets access to Wide Guard, if I remember correctly. So with the Scarf, now you go... I think Sticky Web only decreases by -1. The thing is, I don't want to lose Gyarados, because Gyarados is really good against all potential last 3 Pokemon my opponent can have. So I think I'm actually going to switch now you got into Porygon, and just Dazzling Gleam again. Yeah. Very interesting game so far. Like, turn 1 worked out very nicely, but the speed decreases could actually be very instrumental here. And I don't know Lele's item either. It could be Scarf. Scarf Lele would actually just Psychic through my entire team, which is kind of bad. So, yeah, I'm going to withdraw into Porygon-Z. He knows I'm Scarfed, so he can definitely leverage that to his advantage. I think that's -1? Yeah, -1. Okay, so Masquerain is just going to Feint here. And Lele takes a hefty amount, so even with the... And he's not Scarfed. And he just Psychics. Okay, yeah, great. Into Porygon. That should knock me out. Hopefully it does. Great. I'll take that, because now I can just switch... Now you go back in. And apply pressure once again. I can't believe Scarf Now Ego is actually, like, so good for this team. And it's Arcanine. Great. Yeah, that's pretty perfect. Because I am Scarfed, and my opponent probably doesn't anticipate that. So with that Scarf, I still outspeed him. So all I have to do... I mean, no, wait, sorry. My opponent should anticipate that. He obviously saw that I was Scarfed earlier because now he got sped my Coco. Of course, I could have been... He could think I'm, like, super, super bulky Coco. But given that I got Gyarados in the back, I think this is a pretty free play. The Scarf just essentially negates the Sticky Web, right? So that means I'm at neutral speed right now, basically. And that means now we go outspeeds Lele and Arcanine because Lele isn't Scarfed as we saw Coco outsped it last turn. So... Unless he's Scarf Lele that's slower than Coco, that actually could be the case. But if that's the case, I mean, Coco can just come back in and Electric type attack, and I get the Intimidate off here with Gyarados anyway. So I'm going to go for this play. So even if Lele protects here, Gyarados comes in for free. Life Orb Waterfall might just knock out Gyarados. I'm not too sure. Or Arcanine. I'm not too sure about the role there. But this Intimidate's good. Okay, so Lele does smartly protect. Arcanine's probably going to go for a physical type attack onto my Now You Go. But now I can just Sludge Bomb into that slot next turn. And there's a Flare Blitz. Yep. Fine by me. Given the Intimidate, I should survive this. Oh, he targets the Coco slot even. Okay. Gets a burn. That is a little bit annoying. I don't think it will matter, but I'm not too sure. Like, it shouldn't matter. I mean, I think I should still have this game because I can just Sludge Bomb into Lele again. And I'll just Waterfall. Because once I Waterfall, both of his Pokemon should be in Discharge KO range from Tapu Koko on the back. So yeah, I kind of had to sack Porygon-Z here, but that's because, like, it just wasn't a game for it to properly set up. And Gyarados was a lot more essential given my opponent's last three. Gyarados is really nice against Arcanine. Of course, Arcanine's gonna have Wild Charge and just outspeed and knock you out, but that Intimidate goes a long way. Surprised he didn't target Now You Go, but once again, he probably... Yeah, see, I still outspeed him even with the Sticky Web. Maybe my opponent didn't catch on to the fact that I'm Scarfed. So that's a knockout onto Lele, and that should just be game. Arcanine really can't 3v1 this right now, especially with Coco, with Specs, and Electric Terrain in the back. And I'm actually faster than Arcanine, too. This Gyarados is super speedy. That Waterfall does so much. Is that a crit? I don't think so, even. Wow. And he's just Flare Blitzing, yep. Probably into Now You Go. I would think this would do around 50%. Yeah, just under. Nice. Oof. That was a doozy, but we pulled through. Masquerain, really cool. Honestly, this game was one off me getting kind of lucky on turn 1 and getting the knockout on a Garchomp. Like, if that were a different Garchomp set, like, I'm pretty sure Masquerain gets Tailwind, so for example, if he just, like, was your typical Z1, he could just Tailwind Protect turn 1. I suppose that's not the end of the world, because I do have Gyarados in the back, so I could switch him for Intimidate, which is essential, and just Dazzling Gleam the next turn, but yeah, like, it ended up working out super nicely because he was Assault Vested. I took a little bit of a gamble there, and in best of 1, like, sometimes you have to do that. I don't know. I don't like using teams where like you have to play the item guessing game right away because it can be really scary sometimes. But I mean, AV was not the item I was anticipating. I thought like he would just go for a safe Earthquake and Tailwind play. Instead, the Sticky Web came out, which actually ended up being a non-factor completely because I had the Scarf. So now you go basically counter that, and Gyarados isn't affected by Sticky Web because it's not grounded. So yeah, we continue the win streak with this team, which is personally blowing my mind. I didn't think this team would work out honestly that well. I think I'm getting a little bit fortunate in my games and my matchups, but you know, I'm pretty content definitely, and I'm looking forward to just playing more with it. It's been really fun so far. Today, Porygon-Z didn't get to shine at all, unfortunately, but neither of those team compositions we went up against were like really great for Porygon-Z to set up in. Like, if you see a Lele, this team is just too reliant on Fake Out. I was thinking of maybe adding a redirection user that's not Fake Out, like Clefairy. You know, Clefairy often you see on like EV teams, and it helps set up. So it would make some sense here because you can redirect away and follow me. Plus having the friend guard would be super helpful. But I don't know, man. Now Ego's been so helpful so far on this team that like I don't want to just toss it out at this point. And all the Pokemon have definitely had some impact on the matches we played so far. So I'm gonna play a little bit more. We'll see how it goes in the next couple of episodes. But really content about this one, and yeah, really happy about it. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. As always, leave a like if you did, and I'll catch you guys next time. All right, peace.